Hey, how you doing? Fix that for you. So, got a letter. Just says, start a new chapter. I find what I'm after is changing every day. Change of the season is enough of a reason to want to get away. It's pretty cool. You're listening to Disordered, some brutal, gory death metal. You have one like the cover, like it's just mangled meat. You can't even really tell what it is. Um, Much like this movie that I'm gonna review, 1981 Absurd, directed by Joe D'Amato. Now, Joe D'Amato, I went on a Joe D'Amato frenzy. I got a lot of his movies because he made a lot of movies a few movies that I like. He made 2020 Texas Gladiators, Blade Master, um, Porno Holocaust. I don't know if you've ever seen Porno. It's really not that good. He made Zombie 5, Killing Birds. He made Black Sex, which I would like to see. So he made Absurd, which is like a spiritual sequel to the Anthropophagus, the Grim Reaper, Anthropophagus, which has grown on me. I don't know if I've reviewed it, but I remember when I got it, I was like, it's kind of boring, but it just has this atmosphere of just, I don't know, like a distance to it that now that I like. Just, I don't know the word I'm looking for. But I have, my copy is a bootleg, I'm sure. There's like pro copies. Let's see. I think this is Devouring Uteral Gestational Compost. So yeah, Absurd. It starts out. Oh yeah, it stars George Eastman, and you know who George Eastman is. He's a tall Italian dude. He's come out in a lot of post-apocalyptic action movies. He's like a writer, screenwriter. So he's the Absurd, and he's being chased by a guy, and like he tries to jump over a fence, and he impales himself, and like his guts come out. He goes to a house and knocks on the door, and they open, and he's holding like these ropes of guts, these snakes. So they take him to the hospital, and then there's like the guy that's chasing him. The cops find him, and it turns out he's a priest. He's like a science priest, and he tells him that he's like he can regenerate his body, but like his mind, he's losing his mind. So he's like crazed, and he just wakes up in operating. Well, no, they operate on him. They figure out, there's something weird about this dude, and then he just gets up and starts killing. Simple as that. So the Absurd. I've had it. I hate to admit that I've had it for years, and I would put it on, and I just wouldn't pay attention. I saw some of the kills, which there's only like three, like 4 or 5. Everyone talks about how like this is supposed to be set in America, and they're watching it. Like everybody's obsessed, or they want to watch a football game, and they're like eating spaghetti. I mean, why you might eat spaghetti at a football game watching party? But yeah, kills a nurse, kills a random dude like working in a fact, like a little building. I really liked when he tried to kill this dude. Like he has a like a big cleaver, and he takes a swing right when the dude turns around, and the dude ducks. He's like, "Oh shoot!" The guy ducks, and then the guy runs to his coat, and he pulls out a gun, and he starts blasting the absurd. But it doesn't kill him. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." You never like in the first couple of well, like Friday the 13th. Jason was still human, so they never pulled a gun out on him. So he's just walking around, just killing people. And then another part, like this guy's like motorcycle breaks down, and the absurd is walking up on him, and then the absurd gets hit by a car. And then I was like, man, okay, run off, motorcycle dude. But then immediately, and he does it, I was like, well, you would try to help the dude, and he gets killed for it. And then there's a family that they kind of there's really no main character. There's a girl that's like kind of paralyzed, and she's in bed, and she even has like this harness around her chin, and the straps to keep her head straight. And she has a little annoying little brother. He's like 6 or 7, and the parents are going to a football game to watch a football game watching party, so they have a babysitter. I saw a review that pointed out this is a lot like Halloween, and after hearing that and thinking about it, yeah, this is a lot like Halloween, just gorier. And yeah, so George Eastman / the absurd is just walking around town killing people. But yeah, not a big body count. It could have been like if you'd had more kills, it would have been a lot better. And I read reviews that people like this. Some people like this better than the Anthropophagus. I like Anthropophagus better. I mean, well, I'll get to it, but I think this is my favorite ending of any of the movies I've watched for Halloween so far. It's not great, and it's not like an awesome, like, I can't think of. You know what movie that's one of my favorite endings is Jet Li's The One, where he's on top of the pyramid and all those dudes are coming at him and he's just kicking their ass. I think that's a really good ending. Another one, and I don't know if I don't remember, but A History of Violence. I really like that ending. It's hard. Movies have a good ending. But I really like the ending of The Absurd. I hope this happens. I hope this happens. And it happened, and I was like, it's a good way to end a movie. It's a good way to end a horror movie, like a gory horror movie. My copy isn't that great, but overall, The Absurd is enjoyable. It's actually just like a very by the numbers slasher killer movie, but compared to the like non-horror movies I've been picking and stuff on Shudder, just a guy going around killing people. What else do you want? Like for a Halloween movie or a horror movie. Music is pretty good. It's Italian. I think America has the best horror movies overall. But there's just something more comforting about these 80s Italian movies. Like if you can have a slasher marathon, put Absurd on just in the middle of it, or like in the middle or to start with. It'll get you ready, and yeah, it's all mostly pretty much all at night. It happens like in over one evening. some decent bloody effects. And it also reminded me of, if you ever seen Nightmare in the Damaged Brain, or just Nightmares, which is has better gore and it's just kind of sleazier. But for some reason, maybe it was just because of the way my copy looked. And the copy I used to have another bootleg of Nightmare, or Nightmares, aka Nightmares in the Damaged Brain. It just gave me those kind of vibes, that kind of movie vibe. But there's no nudity in this, also. So this one it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. So I'm glad I finally watched it, because I've had it for, I don't know, 5 years maybe longer. And I would just throw it on. Yeah, I would just throw it on. I'm watching movies and like working on a zine or reading, just to have it on in the background. But yeah, I don't know if it's on Tubi. Buying it, you could find like a $10 copy, or if you can stream it somewhere. For Halloween, I would say give it a watch. I would give it a solid 3, just because it meets all the meets all the requirements for a horror movie. So yeah, give it a 3. And yeah, we're coming up. We're already on the 21st. I don't even know what day it is. But finally one that, one that didn't let me down. Let's say that. So we'll see what happens next.